I'm trying the best aim settings for a controller in this video. With these settings and some practice, you can easily have some pretty insane aim and hit shots that you were never able to hit before. You'll definitely want to stick around till later in this video because I'm going to be sharing with you a bunch of really secret tips that I've learned throughout playing that have helped me improve my aim a ton. So these aim settings that I'm about to use come from a YouTuber who people claim to have the best controller aim in all of Fortnite. That seems like a stretch, but I'd be lying if I said his aim isn't crazy. So I'm going to go in and put in these settings and see how good my aim is on these settings. Right here, slide hold time is 0.1 seconds. The camera stuff is the default pitch in 0.1. Vibrations being off is technically an aim setting because with the vibrations being on, it can actually throw off your aim. So to really maximize how good your aim is, you only have vibrations off. Build and edit multipliers are both 2.2, and this might seem high at first until we get down to our look sense. These build and edit modes are actually multipliers of the look sense, so our look sense is actually really low at 36% for both horizontal and vertical look sense. This means that 2.2 on build and edit is actually really normal. It's honestly might even be slow for some people, but these settings actually use boost to help that slower look sense with a 4% turning horizontal boost and 4% turning vertical boost. There is no turning boost ramp time, instant boost when building is off. Then we come to the ADS settings, which are really important. 8% ADS look horizontal and an 11% ADS look vertical with no boost on the ADS. Vertical is going to be a little higher than horizontal and ADS, so it gives you a little extra boost to be able to flick up and make sure you hit those headshots. The best aim settings have 0-second look damping time. They are on linear. Some people think exponential is better for aim, which is definitely a valid argument since reet actually uses exponential, and a lot of people claim him to be the best controller aimer. But I think like 95% of controller players are better on linear than they are on exponential. Aim assist strength, obviously, we gotta have that 100%. And then for dead zones, I use 10% dead zones for both left and right stick on my PS4 controller. But let me warn you that dead zone is completely customized to your specific controller, so 10% might not work for you. What I typically tell everyone is to stay in between 6 and 15%. Just go to whatever value that you don't get stick drift at. These settings are definitely on the slower end of the spectrum, but that's one of the key parts to making them so good. You can still do your typical piece control and stuff, and all that's completely fine. You can still do your 180 flick shots. They're not quite as flashy. You're not really going to be hitting any like really nice flicks like you can with mouse and keyboard, but I would argue that accuracy and consistency is way more important than hitting like cool shots. And accuracy and consistency is exactly what these settings allow you to do. They're still fast enough to do piece control and do things like track people through the air or even track people while they're like sprinting and sliding, but they're slow enough to be able to hit basically all of your shots, even the really long range shots, which are usually like almost impossible to hit on controller. Now let's go actually try these settings in game so I can show some proof as to how these settings are actually really good, and I'm also going to give you guys a few really good tips on how to improve your aim. First kill. Oh, so close. Oh wait, he's right there, bro. Few shots taken, and I don't think I missed any of them. No, bro, my shotgun wasn't reloaded. I literally had that lined up. I even hit a headshot with my revolver. Little rough start, but that's all right. I literally just got on. We're just warming up here. I would say that there's really only two main ways to get insane aim on controller, and the two sort of methods are way more basic than you'd think. The first way is really to just get really comfortable with your settings. This is something that almost all pro players do. If you look at some of the controller legends, like we're talking Nero, Day, Scope, all these guys have literally been on nearly the same settings for years at this point, and because they've been on the same settings for so long, all their aim is basically just muscle memory. They know exactly how far they have to move their stick and how far like that translates to, so for them aiming is literally just like second nature. Oh my god, dude. Oh, this guy's nuts. Okay, that's not too bad. Of course you had to fully down them. Bro, I don't even know how to do that. Let's just hope I get this all up. But basically what I've been trying to say is that you really just want to like stay on the same settings. You want to find comfortable settings and then just stay on them for really as long as possible. That's going to allow you to get really comfortable with your settings, and then just like the pro players, it really just comes down to muscle memory. I think we got like 3 teams over here. This is nuts. Oh, that was such a good play. All right, not too bad. So far, these settings have actually been pretty solid. I mean, that was some nice piece control into a nice shotgun shot, as well as a nice follow-up with that SMG. And here's those long-range shots. Oh, there we go, a little 50 hit. I mean, so far, this aim is actually really nuts, especially because I haven't been on these settings for that long. Now, the second main way to really get insane aim on controller is to just play the game more. On controller, you don't necessarily need to use dedicated practice maps. Like keyboard and mouse Kovacs and stuff actually helps. Controller doesn't really have anything like that. Controller aim is more about like in-game practice. Really, the only practice creative map that I recommend is Raiders 1v1 aim duel. After that, really just grinding 1v1 realistics is huge. Useless practice maps are really any practice map that just has static target. Those honestly don't really help your aim much, if any. The only creative maps that are useful are the ones where there's constant action, like 1v1 aim duels, 1v1 realistics, or even like free-for-alls. Whoa, bro. I didn't even get a chance to try to help myself with aim. Aside from those two main ways to improve your aim on controller, another big one is to use a playstyle that allows your thumbs to always remain on your thumbsticks. This either means completely revamping your bind and really optimizing them for that, or to either learn claw or learn paddles. I personally use paddles because it just makes everything flow way better. That was sketchy. Oh, bro, that aim is nuts. I literally forgot I had an SMG. I almost sold right there. Well, the aim is making up for my lack of awareness. But that right there just goes to show I can do stuff like jump, aim, and shoot all at the same time without ever having to break that motion by like clicking X and then doing it. That just looks really choppy, and it actually makes you way less accurate with your aim. Here we go. That's so unfortunate, bro. Nah, bro. Anyway, if you want to optimize your binds, you can go check out my binds video that I just made. It covers literally all the binds, whether you play claw, paddles, no claw, no paddles. And while you're doing that, you can also subscribe to the channel.